Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ricky Wright, and I want to welcome you back to another episode of Notary After Dark. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to chronicleize my journey as a notary public from beginning. I'm talking about all the pre-stages, all the way into doing 10 figures a month with the notary signing service, which is something I anticipate on joining. So basically, today's video is to tell you about my first steps, the beginning parts of my journey as a notary. Now, traditionally, when you see notaries, what you're thinking of is like little old librarians, you know, the small town librarian coming in and notarizing. You give her 60 cents to go about your day. It's just like a extra service she does to service the community. It's not really for money. It's just like kind of a thing, you know? And if you really want to follow it back, it does have like some title, some weight to it. I mean, it's a low-level official, but back in the Middle Ages, you know, a notary would be the keeper of the seals. It would be a proxy of the king, somebody that would have the authority to affix the king's official stamps documentation in the king's stead for whatever reason. So yeah, so there is some historical loftiness to being a notary, and I can't lie and say that wasn't a part of the luster. But let's get right into it. How do you start with becoming a notary? Now, basically, the only thing you really have to do is to go to your Secretary of State website, fill out the application, and do it yourself, right? But there is a place called the National Notary Association, colloquially referred to as the NNA. And basically, if you go through them, they're going to go ahead and give you your errors and omissions insurance. They're going to go ahead and make sure that your application has everything you need, you know, pictures versus photocopies and all that kind of stuff. They're gonna sift through and try to make the process as easy as possible. Now, some people are talking about the cost between the two, right? Now, obviously, it's cheaper to just go to the Secretary of State's website. Sometimes it's like 20 bucks. Some states it's like $10, right? With NNA, the packages start at over $100. I got the middle package was somewhere around $250, and basically that gave me my E&O errors and omissions insurance. It also gave me my notary journal, which has the nice little NNA. It's a hardcover NNA thing, and it looks all official and stuff. It's all a part of my aesthetic, because you must remember that the whole notary business is an exercise in performance art, right? It's all about how you look, how proficient you sound when you're going through the loan documentations or the wills or whatever the paperwork is. The more proficient you sound at it, the more at ease you put your customers and those loan originator agencies and those mortgage brokers and all those stuff will see that you have a professional they'll see that you have a professional air about you. And that's one avenue into getting that direct business between a loan originator and yourself versus going through like one of the many signing services or whatever, right? Which basically boils down notary work into like a DoorDash like mainframe, right? So what are the initial steps? Well, I went on the NNA website. I watched a bunch of videos on YouTube. I got really hype about it. I saw the earning potential and all that. And it's one of those things that it seems too good to be true, you know? But I feel like I understand what it takes to be a notary, right? If you've ever gone to a check cashing place or a cash advance place or whatever, basically what you're doing is learning that script. If you can get as proficient as those agents are in, let's say, a checking to cash or a speedy cash, if you can become as proficient in that script, then your earning potential is unlimited, because that's basically what it is. It's learning that script, having the performance art, looking the part, and maintaining a professional decor while you're interacting with the customers. So I keep getting on these asides, but how I started the notary, I went to the website, I went to the NNA, I got the package or whatever. They gave me an application to submit. Now, this was the problem for me. A lot of people don't have access to fax machines. A lot of people definitely don't have access to photo scanners, but we do have phones, right? And one of the options they give you is the option to actually go in and take a picture of your application, and then they can submit it from there, right? But if anybody knows, going through the NNA, especially if you're trying to go through the state of Texas, that they're very meticulous and particular about signatures or whatever, right? So if you're taking a photograph of your application, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be rejected and returned as too dark, and they're going to request that you fax it over instead. So I went through that process about 3 times. The NNA is not at all preemptive about this. Every time I called, asking for updates about my application. Every time they told me that, oh, well, we were about to call you to tell you that we rejected your application, that you're going to need to start over if you want to go ahead and get it done. Because the state itself, Texas, is notoriously fast for processing notary publics. So it's usually a 1 to 2 week ordeal. We're talking something that I did at the end of December. It's kind of a Christmas present to myself in this whole bout for financial freedom in the future, right? I wanted to plant these seeds during times when I had the money, and December's a high earning month for me in my other job, my main job, and why not? What better time than to buy myself a notary package than now? Okay, so I finally got everything submitted. They finally submitted it through the Secretary of State's office, but the problem is I'm going through I'm actually going through a move right now. I'm moving into a new residence. Everything is, so basically this is what's going on. I submitted the application. They sent half of my package. They sent my little display placard or whatever, talking about NNA rates, some of the rights surrounding the document signing for the people, just to know their rights. Also disclaimers, telling my customers that I'm not allowed to give them legal advice, and any type of going over into the gray area of practicing law can have deep financial ramifications for me. So basically just a warning for that. You also get the notary journal, right, which is where you put your fingerprints, your signatures, and you also make a journal entry every time that you notarize something, and hopefully you guys are doing it right after you notarize something. I also got like I said, I got the notary journal, I got the placard, I got an instructional booklet, which is basically just like a primer. It's a tract. It's a smaller book that kind of just gives bullet points to the greater questions, the frequently asked questions around notary service, right? But you don't get the second part of that until you actually get your commission from the state. Now, here's the problem that I'm going through. Like I said, I'm actually going through the process of a move right now. So, change of addresses, if you know anything about mailing stuff, and especially if you're updating your address, that basically your mail's going to go through a cycle before you get it, right? And if there's anything from the government or anything from banks like debit cards or stimulus checks or anything that you would be expecting, or in my case, a commission from the Secretary of State saying that I'm an official notary, that kind of stuff gets delayed when you're going through a transition. So I keep going to the website. The phone number is overcumbered. They won't answer the phone at all. I've been on the customer service line for 4 hours, and when I finally get on, they tell me that they can't help me with my problem and that I should look back later. And then they also offer packages, instructional packages, things for sale. So you can't hate the NNA's hustle as far as that. So as of right now, my commission is live on the NNA website. It says that I have an active commission. My commission expires in 2025, which is cool, but I don't have the actual paperwork to take to a notary so I can get sworn in and also get some tasty video footage. So that's where I am right now. From beginning to end, I submitted my application. It was somewhere around $260. I did so in December. They immediately, and I even chose the express option, they immediately sent me my notary journal, some instructional booklets to help me get started with notary service, a nice little placard to display at my signing table to help my customers and frequently asked questions, and that stuff came immediately. That was in like the first week of January. Then I went through 3 rounds of my application being denied because of the fact that it was too dark and I was sending it through a photograph. Finally got a chance to fax it, and now apparently Texas has approved my commission, and my commission has been updated on the NNA website, but I have yet to receive a physical medium so I can go and actually get it notarized by a notary, being officially initiated into the fraternity, which is Notary Publics in the state of Texas. So this is the first step of the journey. I'm excited to talk to you guys next time about some of the background work and the prerequisite work that I did to prepare myself for this monumentous day. Business cards, marketing, websites, all that kind of stuff, the costs that I incurred, also wardrobe, a briefcase, stuff like that. We'll go over all that kind of stuff in the next episode, which will air tomorrow. Like I said, this is our push for 1,000. This is our push for 1,000. I'm going to come out with content every single day to keep you guys updated on exactly what's going on in the NNA. I want you guys to be updated, and I need to get to 1,000 followers with I don't know, what is it, 40,000 concurrent hours of people viewing the video content so that I can go live, and then I can truly give you guys some instructional content that'll give you everything that you need to be prepared for the notary work that's ahead. Like I said, from my expert analysis of the whole thing, the NNA, and it is a organization that came in to fill a void, a lack of a regulatory body surrounding notaries, and they came in and they became an authoritative figure because they were the most monolithic out of all the other notary services there is, right? So we'll be talking about more of that. We'll be talking about decor, the pre-work that we did to get to this point we are now in tomorrow's episode. Thank you guys for joining me. My name is Ricky Wright. If you guys need notary service in Houston, Texas, we are here to service you. Notary After Dark on Instagram, Notary After Dark on Twitter, and if you need some stuff done today, go to Notary Blueprint. That's my significant other. She has a notary business as well. We are here to make the cash. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. This is Ricky Wright. Peace.